Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lori Staley. I'm the Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up, and it is Tuesday night at 8, so it is time for our live. If you're on, give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Betty. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Hey, Corinne. Good to see you guys. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Thank you, Corinne. I'm just going to give it a minute here while folks hop on. We had a very busy weekend. We were all over the place. All over the place. But it was good. We got a lot done down at my mom's house, so that was always a positive, right? Just gonna post this. Just posted the link, so maybe a few other people will make it easier for them to find me. All right, now let's see if I can find you all again. Here we are. Hello, Julie. Hi, Thelma. Hi. Hi, Marilyn. Oh, from Alabama. Awesome. Hi, Debbie. Is it raining? It's been raining here. Oh, my goodness, for 2 days, I think. Hi, Christine. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Verna. Hi, Connie. Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate that. I do. Hope, like I said, I hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. I can't believe summer is almost over. We're going to say goodbye to summer tonight with one of the cards we're doing. Hi, Donna. But yeah, I can't believe it. It went like a blink. And fall's my favorite time of the year, but my girlfriend was here today and we were looking at my calendar and it's like I don't even get to think it's fall. Yeah, I just go from now until after the first of the year. It's just crazy. But hopefully you'll get to enjoy some cooler temperatures wherever you are and some beautiful colors. That's one of the things I love about central Pennsylvania, is the leaves changing. So all right, we are going to hop right in because I have lots of reminders for you. And then I have 2 really great cards for you tonight. Just a few days left. If you're interested in the Halloween paper pumpkin, that is only available for registration through September 10th. So make sure you're registered for that by September 10th. Or if you want multiple kits and you're already a subscriber, hey, Janine, you're in Oakland, California? How did that happen? Then you want to make sure you update your subscription before the 10th. Okay, weekly deals. This is kind of fun. So the weekly deals run for 1 week. There's new deals every Thursday in September, except for the last Thursday, because I think the last Thursday in September is like the 28th, so we wouldn't have a full week. But these are the items that are currently on sale until through tomorrow, right? And then we move to the next set. So tune in on Facebook Thursday morning at 10 with me and I'll have the next set for you. But there's some really good things on here. I love, of course, the brushed metallic adhesive back dots, the brushed brass butterflies are fabulous. The classic dots, the craft collection, whether it's the gift box, the note cards, the envelopes, the paper, etc. The Splendid Day designer papers, beautiful. And the summer shadow dies. And then, yeah, we've got the puff paint and some ribbon and all kinds of fun things. So if this is something you were interested in, make sure you get that order placed before Wednesday night goes away, right? And if you're local and you want to save on shipping, I am putting an order in probably tomorrow. So you can hit me up and we can toss it on there and you would just pay the actual shipping on the product, not the minimum $7.95. So just let me know by probably tomorrow at lunchtime, because I'm going to try to get it entered. Okay, then Perfect Partners. This is a special promotion during the month of September. These dies are available only during this promotion. And from what I'm reading, they will not show up in any catalog in the future. So we have the Apple Harvest, Apple Blossom dies that coordinates with the Apple Harvest stamp set. You can buy the dies separately if you already have the stamps, or you can get the bundle at a 10% discount. The fresh cut stem dies, and then we have the Playful Piggy dies, the tree trimming dies, the waterfall dies, and the Yeti dies. And I think right now tree trimming dies are my favorite, although I really do like the fresh cut stems, and I keep looking at those Apple Blossom dies. I might break down and get those yet. Oh my goodness. Hi, Carol. Oh, wow. That's hot. World Card Making Day is right around the corner. I can't believe it. October 1st is World Card Making Day. If you haven't seen it in my newsletter or over on my page on Facebook, there's a special event that you're invited to with Stampin' Up. We're going to have some stamping presentations for everybody. This is open to everyone, whether you're a demonstrator, a customer, a wannabe demonstrator, whatever it is, you're welcome to join us on World Card Making Day. But it does help if you register in advance, because then you'll get notifications and things like that. So make sure you click that registration button. I'll try to post it below the video when we're done here tonight. There are 3 bundles that will be featured in that event: Cottage Rose, Cottage Wreath, and Warm Welcome. Warm Welcome is brand new. So this is what it looks like. I have not ordered it. It's one of the things I'm ordering. But Warm Welcome, great stamp set with a door that actually looks like the die allows it to open, and some cute little images on there. So that's brand new, and you can order that now. That one will be coming back in a future catalog, I believe. And then if you don't already have Cottage Rose or Cottage Wreaths, of course, you can grab those as well. But you don't have to have those. You could substitute other things that you might have that you'd like to use. But if you do order any one of those bundles, you will get a free iridescent Pearl Basic jewel embellishment. And those are really pretty. I really like those. So that's kind of a little added bonus for you if you decide to order a bundle 2 or 3. All right. I think that's all the Stampin' Up news. It is a new month. Here is a new host code for my website. And here are September's Just cards. How do you get these cards? Well, you can purchase my class, and it's a to-go class or an in-person class for $15 plus postage if it's to go. Or you can earn it free by placing a minimum $30 product order on my website using this month's host code. And then the class is September. No, that's this month's class. I think it's October 12th is the second Wednesday of the month. And we do a session at 3 and a session at 6 that you're welcome to attend if you're local. If you're long distance, we do all the cutting, all the prep work. We die cut everything for you. We just can't stamp. So you would just need to have some stamps. And for the most part, it's really just the greetings this month. Everything else is done with die cuts. I can even punch out the hat for you, but I wouldn't be able to stamp the bats or the witch's feet or the little images for the Christmas one. But this is a great class. It's quick, it's easy, and it gives you a nice selection of cards to have on hand. So keep that in mind. That is available through September 30th. And then next month, I'll have 5 new cards for you. All right. And then the winner of the cards that we made when we did our farewell to celebration, was that just last week? I can't remember. But the winner of this is Shirley Bain. Shirley, I don't know if I saw you hop on or not, but I will put these in with your last In Color Club month this month. So that will come out to you a little bit later in the month, but I'll pop those in there for you and get those out to you. Congratulations, and thanks so much for watching and commenting. If you want a chance to win the cards that we make together, then just make sure that you are commenting on the video, whether it's during the live or after the fact. You can leave me a comment. And while you're doing that, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that as well. That really does help us out. And it lets YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. All right. Phew, that's a lot. Let's get to card making, right? All right. So here is the first card. We actually did this card in my club last month. We are playing with Season of Chic tonight. So this is the first card that we're going to make, and we are actually using the Chic Designer Series paper with this. We're also using distressed gold. I love the distressed gold paper. If you haven't gotten a close-up look of Season of Chic, here it is. The thing that I particularly love about this stamp set is it carries you through all 4 seasons. You have flowers for the spring, seashells for the summer, leaves for the fall, and then of course the snowflakes for the winter. And then it also has a lot of great greetings in it. Wishing you the best birthday ever. I'm here for you. Thinking of you. Thanks. You're amazing beyond measure. You make each season of life even more beautiful, and love you. So it's a very nice stamp set. The dies are phenomenal. Look at all the dies. I love this one because it looks like fish netting, depending on what you cut it out of. I don't think I used that one tonight. I did not. But then you've got everything to cut out your stamped flower, shell, leaf, snowflake. But then you have bonuses, right? So you've got a couple of different shells, a couple of different detailed snowflakes, detailed leaves, which we'll be using on the second card tonight. So it really is a very nice stamp or die set. Huge. Lots of dies in there. There are 19 dies in that one. How about that? That's a lot of dies. We are awesome. We're using a lot of product on this card tonight. So we're using Paradise Palms for the die cut here. Of course, this is from the stamp and the dies I just showed you with the Season of Chic stamp set. But we are using this die, and this is the palm dies. Lots of dies in here as well. You've got your palm trees, both the ones that you stamp and the ones that you can just die cut. Some ferns, a moon, coconuts, and then that accent image that we're going to use. And then the birds come from Let's Set Sail. That's another fun set. And the greeting, that thank you, we're going to heat emboss that. And that comes from Wildflower Path. This is a sleeper stamp set, is what I call it. It's in the annual catalog, and I don't think anybody sees it, but it's a very pretty stamp set. And if you've missed that one, make sure you check that out in the annual catalog. And then our focal image is coming from Sunkissed. This is in the July through December mini catalog, or the holiday catalog, like I like to call it. It's $22, and it gives you all these great summer images. I love the little pelican. I love just this little vignette of seashells on a sandy beach. And then you've got Happy Birthday Sunshine, love you to the beach and back, wishing you a sun-kissed nose and sandy toes and sunny seasons greetings. Because, you know, Stampin' Up! Is global, and we do have Demonstrator base in Australia. So their Christmas is not the typical white Christmas. Of course, parts of the United States aren't typical white Christmases either, right? So we have to have something that they can use in those areas that matches their season as well. All right, Crumb Cake is our card base. And we're just going to fold that over. I did score that in advance. This is just a 5.5 by 8.5. You do not have to worry about any measurements or any note taking on that, because of course you can always go back and watch the video again, the replay, if you want to make the card. And all the measurements for the cardstock will be in the description below the video shortly after we get off. It usually takes me about 15-20 minutes to get that loaded for you. We have some Petal Pink, and then we have a layer of distressed gold. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate wasting all that distressed gold behind another layer of designer paper, which I do not have here. I'm going to have to grab. So what I do is I take my layering circles. This is the one we're going to use tonight. A lot of circles here, huh? And I'm going to cut that right out of the center. No one's ever going to know, because we're going to put that layer of the tray sheet paper on there. So I'm going to go over here to my die cutting machine. I don't bring that onto camera because it shakes the table, and I don't want anybody getting seasick watching me, right? And I just popped that out. So there's my accent piece for my card front, and there's my layer, and no one will know that we took that circle right out of there. So that's a great way to save money. You just got back from grocery shopping. Well, I hope you got everything you needed, and congratulations because you won the cards that we made last week, Shirley. How about that? So I'm going to pop them in with your last In Color Club shipment, if that's all right. So we're going to go ahead and mount some of this, and then I'm going to go grab my tray sheet paper because how I missed cutting that is beyond me. All I can say is it's crazy busy. It is crazy busy. The Distressed Gold is a thinner, lightweight specialty paper. Okay, let me grab that other paper and I'll be right back. I'm gonna hope I have a piece in this pack. Let's see if I do. This was an extra paper sampler that I had left over from doing my paper share. I don't have it. Wait, I have another shot. But isn't that paper pretty? I love the distressed look of it. It's so pretty. So pretty. All right, we're gonna bring the big guy over and hope I have some in there. If not, we'll substitute something. If we don't have it, we'll just substitute one of the other patterns. Maybe that's why I didn't have it cut, huh? So here's what comes in the tray sheet. Gives me a great opportunity to share that with you. And you know what? I don't have it. So, well, we don't want the Christmas one, do we? I think we're going to go with this one or this one. Which one do you think, guys? Nope, that's peach. Let's do this one and see what it looks like. And then the winner will get to pick which pattern they prefer. All right, let me grab my paper trimmer. My ruler, so I know exactly what size to cut it to. So that layer is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. Yep. I cut everything on the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer. I love this trimmer. Everything is always straight. I don't have to worry something's going to be crooked. It's fabulous. Let's see what we think. This is going to come down here. We're going to have a little bit more gold, but I think it's going to be pretty. What do you all think? Think it's good? It is pretty paper. Well, there we go, Carol. We were right in sync, weren't we? And this has a little bit of that Petal Pink in it as well, so it kind of pulls it together. But that explains why I didn't have it, huh? So this is a very detailed die, and so when I cut this, I added the adhesive sheets to the back of it. So I'm just going to bend a little corner over, and you see how it automatically separated for me. I have to say it's probably the easiest adhesive sheets I've ever used is what we have now. And the paper just pulls right off for you. All right. So we're going to put that right there. Except that is definitely crooked. And you do have a little bit of time to reposition if you need to, which is what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to lay that up here. I'm going to bring in some other pieces. We're going to do some stamping and some embossing. Yeah, I think it'll look okay. All the papers in that are gorgeous. They really are. So I'm using Memento. It's a larger stamp. So I'm going to take my ink pad to the stamp versus the other way around. And we're going to stamp this so the trees, and I'm just catching the bottom of the stamped image. I'm not going to have that whole stamped image on there. Make sure you press down all over when you have a larger stamp. Stamparatus is great for the larger stamps. That's perfect. We're going to bring in some blends and do a little bit of quick coloring here. So I have got some dark and light crumb cake. I'm going to use that on the tree trunks. I could use a little beach time, but I don't think there's any of that in my future. We're going to do a little crumb cake on the sand here. This is the light, of course. I've got a little bit of soft succulent. I wanted to say soft sea foam, and I knew that wasn't right. And I'm not doing any kind of shading. I'm not worrying about shading tonight or anything like that. And then I have the Tahitian Tide, which of course is one of the new in colors this year. And we're just gonna color in our water. This has a lot of detail lines in it, so it gives us the shading already. Okay. And then I have got light Mossy Meadow for the palm trees. And we're just going to add our green tones to this. Does anybody have the Sunkissed stamp set? It's a really nice beach set. I know it seems unusual to find a set like that in the July through December mini catalog, because we think of that as our holiday catalog. But like I said, it works very well for our down south, down under friends. I think one year we had a Santa on the beach stamp set. Okay, there we go. We're going to add our birds on there. No, it's a good one, guys. Okay, where are my little birds? Grab them, grab the Memento again. The birds again are out of Let's Set Sail. These are a little tricky, guys. You got to make sure you have them going in the right direction or they're flying upside down, right? Just add them in there. Birds are a great way to fill in a background. We're going to pop that up with some dimensionals. Or dimensional pieces, it appears, is what I have. All right, and then we're just going to offset that a little bit on the gold, so just a little bit of that shows. And then I lost my seashell too. I'm a mess. I had my seashell. I saw it earlier. It's not here now. All right, let's go ahead and do our embossing. I'm going to bring in my embossing buddy. So glad Stampin' Up brought back that embossing kit. Now I don't have that because I already had the buddy and the Versamark and our old tray. But so I took the embossing buddy over it. If you don't know what the embossing buddy's purpose is, it is an anti-static tool. So it's going to hopefully keep the embossing powder where you want it, which is directly on top of the stamped image, not all over the rest of your cardstock. Oh, thank you, Sharon. We're going to shake off the excess, and then it's going to get a little noisy. I'm going to heat set that real quick. And then we will turn the heat tool back off. I lost the lid. And one of my friends taught me this trick in order to protect your fingers. Of course, in the kit, in that new embossing kit, there's tweezers, which is fabulous. This is just a plastic clothespin. I don't shake the gun or the tool. I just kind of hold it in one spot until I see the powder start to melt. And it's pretty easy to see. I don't know if it's showing up on camera or not. And you don't want to hold it on there much past when you see it melt, because otherwise it will actually melt the image into your cardstock, taking away the raised effect, which kind of is not, is part of the process. All right, well, you know what? Let's cut another seashell. I don't know what happened to mine. I'm sure it's not still in my box. Nope. This is going to get mounted on a piece of crumb cake, so we'll go ahead and do that. And that's going to get mounted flat. What the heck got all over it? Like I said, you have time to play with that. There we go. There we go. Grab our seashell. You know, the minute I cut it, it's going to show up. Grab the seashell dot. And that one had adhesive sheet on the back. The one I'm about to do will not. We will get that cut and then wrap that. Checking the floor out too. There it is. When all else fails, check the floor, right? So again, this one has the adhesive sheet on the back, so just bend a little corner and peel that off. I'm going to lay that right there. And then, did I do anything on the inside? Oftentimes I don't when I have a thank you card. I leave it plain for me to be able to write on it. But let's stamp a little something on here. I'm going to grab this shell image. Yeah, I think it went on the floor on me. That's where I just found it. And we'll do a little petal pink down here in the corner. So pretty. And then we'll grab the detail. So this is a two-step. It can become a two-step stamp for you because you have the detail and the more solid image. And I'm going to grab the Crumb Cake ink to finish that off. And that'll go on the inside of our card. And there we go. So that is our farewell to summer card with Season of Chic. So pretty. And look, you can adapt it. So I think the blue looks just as pretty as the original designer series paper that we used. What do you think, guys? All right, so we are going to bring in project number 2. I'm not sure I don't actually like the blue better, to be honest with you. Adds a little bit more color to it. What do you think? Okay, so now we're going to do a fall card. I love this card. I love fall. It is my favorite time of year, as I mentioned earlier. And I love all the fall colors. And this is a really quick card. So our card base is Sahara Sand. And both card bases were 5.5 by 8.5. Crease that with the bone folder. We've got some Mossy Meadow and some Very Vanilla. And I used the new leaf embossing folder, 3D embossing folder on the Very Vanilla. I positioned it in there sideways so that I could get the section of the card that I wanted versus going in like straight on at the top. So we're going to go ahead and mount that. Then we can just mount this right to the card front. Then we have another piece of Mossy Meadow. We're going to lay this aside for a couple seconds while we stamp. We're using pumpkin pie, Cajun craze, and crushed curry. And I love that background stamp. It just looks like a swash of ink, right? When you guys stamp an image like this, do you start in the middle or do you start on the end? Which way do you start? I'm going to start on the end. Hi, Jen. You like the blue best? See, I thought so too. And that was like a uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I don't have that paper. Sometimes those are the best opportunities, right? You start in the middle, Connie? Yeah, I start on the ends. I don't know why. And then we're going to put the pumpkin pie over here. Oh, well, that didn't come out very pretty, did it? All right, we're going to stamp it again. See if we can make it prettier. And now you're going to see pumpkin pie ink all over my hand. All right, we're going to try that again. That's a little better. Oh, see, I see some ends. I see a lot of middles. I see a lot of middles. Grab the crushed curry again. Nice. But I do really like this stamped image. I think it's cute. And then we'll put our Cajun craze in the middle. There's a woman after my own heart. Ends and then the middle. Yep. Always make sure when you're stamping with your photopolymer stamps, though, right, that you either have a foam pad, a piercing mat beneath you, or for me right now, I just have a whole stack of papers, and then I have a big foam pad under there that a girlfriend gave me. So that way you're sure to get a decent impression with your photopolymer stamps. All right, we're going to mount that to our Mossy Meadow layer. And that can actually go on the card front. And then I have the strip that we're going to stamp the So Grateful on and build our leaves on. And that is not a stitched rectangle. If you're thinking that's a stitched rectangle, Marilyn does the middle. Okay. That is actually from the Picture This die, right? Did I bring that? If you haven't seen that, this is one of my favorite dies to play with. So this is the one I used. And when you cut it out, typically you're using the piece that's left behind that looks like this, because you're using it as a window. You're putting designer paper behind it. You're putting stamped images behind it, whatever you like. But then you have all these pieces left over. And I save them. I have a little plastic container I put them in, and then I can use them as labels. So you have the rectangles and you have the circles in this as well. And I think that that's a really fun die to play with. Matter of fact, I think my Freebie Friday last week, I used the Picture This die set that came out in my newsletter. If you're not a subscriber to my newsletter, you definitely want to do that as well, because I do send out project sheets every Friday with step-by-step instructions and all the measurements and a picture of the project and all that fun stuff. So we're going to use a little Mossy Meadow, and the So Grateful is going to get stamped on the left side. It comes from, I just put my finger in there. It comes from Soft Seedling. I'm working on a technique card for you guys with that set. That's a really pretty leaf image. And then I took those standalone leaf dies from the Season of Chic, and I used the brushed metallic paper that was recently an add-on celebration freebie for a $50 purchase. So we have the three shades there, the copper and the gold, and then the other one, which right now escaped me, is it platinum? Anybody remember? And we're going to go ahead, we're going to use a little bit of Tombow because I did not remember to do adhesive sheet on these, and we're going to mount these to our tag. So just a little bit. Always be careful when you're playing with your Tombow too, because, and I usually start it off on the corner of a piece of scratch paper rather than right on the piece that I'm going to try to mount, simply because so often it will just come flooding out of the applicator, right? And we don't want that. But I love each of these leaf images is just a little bit different. So that makes them fun to play with. And I'm trying really hard not to bring the glue over onto the front because it definitely dulls the foil image or the foil paper. I have a hanger on. I just think that's so pretty. I love all of our foil papers. We'll put the lid back on that. Have some blue dots and some more dimensional. I'm going to cheat and use the edges and just run it the whole way across there and then up that side. Okay, so I asked about Sunkist. Does anybody have Season of Chic? That bundle. And then I used the baker's twine and I used the Sahara Sand color from the Essential pack. Off the excess tail there. And I created a double bow. And I tied that. And there we have our card front. I just think that's so pretty. Again, I love the fall colors. And then what color did I do the leaf on the inside? That's the one we're working on. That's what I thought. I did it in the pumpkin. We'll put a pumpkin leaf on the inside. Thanks, Jen. Do you have that? Yeah, I love it. Every once in a while, I'll get something and I'm like, why did I buy that? But then I challenge myself to figure out what I can do with it, right? There's been a few over the years I've been like, yeah, that is not my thing. And I do, it's a so grateful thank you card. So I'm going to leave that. Perfect timing, right? I have enough to get this mounted and the applicator is empty. I'll leave that blank as well. So that goes on the inside. And there is project number 2. That one was a quicker one. Oh, thank you guys. All right, so there is our blue card that we made tonight versus our more white pink background. And then our fall, welcoming fall in, because it's coming. It is definitely coming. All right, guys. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it when you're on here with me live. and I'm not just talking to myself. And I hope you liked it. Again, if you did, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to my channel so you're notified when I'm live and when I load additional videos. I will be back here next Tuesday with another live event for you. And you can also catch me on my Facebook page Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be on both this Thursday and Sunday. And then I'm off the next couple of Sundays, I think, but I'll have to check my schedule. All right, guys, remember to comment for a chance to win the cards. Have a fabulous night and a great week. And hopefully I will see y'all soon. Take care. Bye.